Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope all of you are doing great. So today we are going to see how we can make our own custom progress bar in UIKit programmatically. So let's start and create a Swift file, select Cocortex class here and hit next, and we will be creating subclass of UI view and name it UI progress bar and hit next, create, and so we are going to create a progress bar like this, and as you are seeing on the screen, the background of the progress that you are seeing, this is called track view, and this progress foreground, the filled view, is called tint view. So we will have to create two UI views here. So let's create track view and tint view. So track view, and let's create tint view. Right, and create a property for progress, and this will be type of CG float, and let's add an observer to it, did set. So we will provide a method here, set progress. Every time the progress will be updated from the outside, so this method will be called to update the UI of this UI progress bar. So let's create, for example, private func set progress and call it here. All right, private func, create an initializer, and override init of the view, and call initializer here, and also override another init as well, that is init coder. This is a required init. You will have to override this as well. So okay, and call your initializer here. So we'll be setting up our view in this initializer. So first, let's configure views. Configure views. So we will be setting up the properties of the views. So let's set the corner radius for both track and tint view. This will be equals to frame dot height divided by 2, and same for tint view. Now provide the background color to both of the views. Track view dot background, that is gray, and provide it alpha components to make it light color. We'll provide background color to the tint view, and that will be blue. Provide an alpha to make it lighter. All right, so this is it for configure view. Now add subviews to the layout. Add subviews to the layout. So we will be adding our tint view to the track view as a subview. because we have to show tint view on, over the track view, and also add your track view to the parent view. So, okay, also track view dot translate total sizing mask, set it to false. Do the same for tint, set it to false. All right, that's it for to setting up the, adding the subviews to the layout. Now set up the constraints. Set up the constraints. So first set up the constraint for track view. So we'll be providing constraint to the track view with respect to the parent view. So track view dot top anchor dot constraint equals to the parent view. And let's activate this. All right. Do the same for all of the edges of the track view, that is leading, trailing, bottom, and all. Bottom anchor, same. Now provided the leading anchor. Now providing the trailing anchor. Now set up the constraint for tint view. So we'll be providing constraint to the tint view with respect to the track view. So tint view dot top anchor dot constraint equals to track view dot top anchor, and let's activate it. All right. Bottom anchor, same. Now leading anchor, now we will not provide it the trailing anchor directly, because you see we will be providing the trailing constraint on behalf of the progress. That means it will depend on the progress. As the progress will increase, this trailing constraint will decrease. So that means we will have to change this trailing constraint every time the progress bar has changed. All right. So, all right. Now let's create a property for trailing constraint and call it tint trailing constraint. And all right, and just store this constraint into it. We will not activate it, but we will store it into the constraint property. So tint trailing constraint equals to tint view dot trailing anchor dot constraint equals to track view dot trailing constraint. Sorry, trailing anchor. All right. Now inside this setup progress, this set progress method will be called every time this progress will be changed. All right. So let's come here and change this tint trailing constraint equals to dot constant equals to, so this, the value of this trailing constraint will be equal to the total width minus the minus the width of the progress. So it will be frame dot width into, as this progress property will be coming into percentage. So what we'll do, 100 minus progress divided by 100, and we have to provide this trailing constant into the negative x-axis, so we will have to give this with the negative sign. And now activate this constraint, and trailing constraint is active equals to true. Now we are all set up with our progress bar view. Now let's let's okay, initiate it with 0. Now let's call this or use this UI progress bar into our main view. So let's go to our main view controller and create an IB outlet for the progress bar. Progress bar UI progress bar. This is the component that we have just created, and let's go to the storyboard and drag and drop a UI view here. Give it some constraint, say area 20, 20. Let's give it 100. Okay, and provide it a height of 5. We'll be keeping the height of the progress bar will be equal to 5. So okay, I guess this we can subtract it. Let's keep it 40. Okay, now select this view that we have just drop it here and go to the identity inspector and give in the class give UI progress bar, that the component that we have created, and now connect it with the outlet. So go here, go there, and just connect this outlet to the view, and we are all good. Now just pass it some progress. Let's say progress bar dot progress equals to 50, and now we should see our progress bar with 50% progress filled. Let's let it load. Okay, and we have the progress bar with 50% progress. Now let's animate this or automate this progress bar with the timer. So let's create a function, private start timer, and create a function to update the progress, private func update progress, and in this we will be checking if progress bar dot progress is less than 100, then we will increment it with we will be incrementing it by 1. Now start the timer. So timer dot schedule timer with interval, let's say 0.1, and target self selector, and provided the function that we have just created, update progress, update progress, and user info will be nil and repeats true. All right, so now this update progress function will be called after every 0.1 second. So call this start timer function here. And now we should see our progress animating from 0 to 100 with timer. See, but you see the progress is not as smooth, of course. So let's, we just have to do one thing. Just provide here UI view dot animate and just provide layout if needed. So now our progress transition will be smooth. See, now this is smooth. So this is it for this video. This is the way by which you can create your own custom progress bar in UIKit programmatically. So that's it. Thank you for watching.